What's up, coach? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. I need you to put that on my voicemail.
Let's do it. I would love to do that. That's awesome. It's so amazing to have you. I really owe you so much. Thank you so much for doing this, being so nice to me back when we met in summer league, talking to me, allowing me to shoot my shot, and then obviously taking your valuable time today to come join me do this. It's just really so special. So thank you so much.
Oh,
And
you're very welcome, man. No problem at all.
it's really awesome. Anyway, so coach, like where are you hanging out these days? Where are you during the summer? Are you in Milwaukee?
Yeah, man, I've been a little bit of everywhere. I'm in Milwaukee currently. July was a busy month for me as well as June. Um, had some medical issues with my mom and my wife, but all of that is under control. And we have a pathway to getting better. And
Thank God.
so I'm thankful to God for that. But yeah, man, just waiting, looking at the sand in the hourglass, man. We about to get started back here in probably another 5 weeks. And actually next month, we'll have guys coming in. Guys have been in and out all summer, but we'll have guys coming in for what we call our open gym and guys start knocking the dust off off the shelf and
Amazing.
getting back in rhythm, getting back cohesive and developing some continuity as we do some volunteer workouts and play a little pickup and get to it.
And then the season's right there. Yeah, it's just
Sir.
so much to look forward to. It's
Oh,
awesome.
absolutely. Absolutely.
How'd you enjoy Summer League though? I need to ask you about this because I feel like so many people have so many different takes on Summer League. What's your take on Summer League, coach?
I mean, just trying to get to know some guys. It was cool to see Cooper Flag play and got a chance to run into him and Kaman Malach, those guys. Kaman, who I actually got to work with in South Africa in 2000 and I think it was 23, I believe, the summer of 2023 with Basketball Without Borders. Phenomenal kid. I think he's going to do great in the NBA, but that environment is always good. It's really morphed and people are there to try to get talent. You have NBA personnel, you have international basketball personnel looking for different ways to fill out their rosters and so and to evaluate their talent that they've already acquired. But I mean, for me, it's like an NBA reunion, a family reunion, and so it's always cool to see all the guys, and it's great. It's hard for me to get up a hallway, up and down a hallway sometimes, being stopped, and not only because of me, but my last job that I had as well. But it's cool, man. I enjoy mingling with the fans, people such as yourself, wanting to stop and say hello, talk a little basketball, and all of the guys that's been around. I first came into this league in '96 as a player, and I've actually been around long enough to remember where how summer league morphed into where it is now. It used to be Vegas used to be a place where we all go out there and get individual workouts in and play pickup,
Right.
uh, and organize ourselves. And now it's morphed into this. It's a real thing now with sponsorships and the like. And so, and you have different entertainment elements around it because of the attention that the NBA has brought to that city during those days. So
It's a full-blown thing now with the rings and
yeah,
everything.
it is, man, and it's really cool to see. I think the young players get a little taste of the magnitude that our league represents, both on and off the floor. The attention it draws, the fan base, the entertainment that's around it, both basketball entertainment and non, musicians and whatnot. People really look forward to it these days. So happy for the league. Happy for all these guys, man. It's cool. It was a great brainchild by Warren and Warren Legary and those guys piecing it together and then really allowing it to grow. It's been
It
great.
it really is just something special. Like it helps
Yeah.
guys develop and just keep going in their progress and their career. It's really good. I really
Yeah,
like
I
it.
agree.
Anyway, so coach, let's look forward to the season now. It's just around the corner, like we said before. And your Bucks made some massive changes this offseason.
Yeah.
Superstar Dame Lillard is gone. You signed Miles Turner to a long-term deal. He's replacing Brooke Lopez. You managed to retain several role players like Bobby Portis, Gary Trent Jr., Kevin Porter Jr., and you also added some nice new faces with Cole Anthony, Gary Harris, Amir Coffey, but I'm really intrigued, like most people, in the Miles Turner move. The front court duo of Turner and Giannis, that could be something scary. Giannis is obviously Giannis. He loves to control the ball recently. And now you get Turner, who's a knockdown shooter. Yeah, I think he shot 37% from three in
Yeah,
two of the last three seasons. He's a catch and shoot guy. He can be really, really good for Giannis, and his defense is really good too. What do you take of this move? Are you loving to see Miles play with Giannis, and how well do you think they're gonna fit together?
absolutely. I think they're going to fit like Brooke and Giannis fit together. I think Miles is Brooke on steroids. You know, Brooke was awesome for us, allowed us to hang a banner in the arena, worked perfectly next to Giannis. And I see the same thing with Miles. And Miles, is right around the same age as Giannis, so they can actually grow together and really be cohesive for years to come. I'm totally excited. And that's this time last year, we were one of the more older teams in the league, and now we've gotten younger, we've gotten more athletic, we've maintained some continuity with the pieces that we were able to bring back. You mentioned Bobby and Gary and AJ Green. He emerged last year. Torian Prince. We were able to add a savvy vet in Gary Harris, and then to keep Kevin Porter Jr., as you said, a guy that's still developing and emerging into a really high level, consistent point guard, and to add Cole Anthony, just a spark plug of a player, multifaceted, competitive as they come. I'm excited, and Bobby, that old consistent Bobby, the unofficial mayor of Milwaukee.
Everybody loves Bobby.
Yeah. And the guy that shows up with his hard hat and his lunch pail every day and is not going to let anybody around him, you know, lollygag or try to take a day off. He's gonna be vocal about us being highly competitive and putting the work in. And then you put all of that around Giannis, the driving force, a guy just really hungry for another championship, really hungry to grow his game, works feverishly on his body as well as his game. So I'm excited. It's going to be a great training camp. We were able to pick up Amir Coffey. Feel like we got a steal in him. It's going to be exciting. Ryan Rollins. I mean, the list got just basically. I'm excited about our whole roster, our whole entire roster. I don't want to leave anybody out, and I think Doc is the perfect coach for this group. Just his ability. He's coached in four different decades, man. It's. I think
That's a
Doc.
crazy stat.
I know he had we played Orlando Magic the 99 2000 season to try to get the last playoff spot in the 2000 playoffs. We ended up beating them in a huge game to go on, and we eventually got beat Indiana in a 5-game series to show you how long ago that was. But Doc has the perfect temperament. He has the perfect focus. Us as his assistant coaches going to rally around whatever vision he puts together. Once we evaluate and see everyone together, we have a general idea of how we want to approach things. But once we start getting into particulars, we have a dynamic coaching staff, and so it's going to be an exciting mix, an exciting blend. Doc has a great feel for strategy and how to mix and match, but also the feel to know when to press and when to, fall back a little bit and let the guys breathe a little bit. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Our front office has done a great job of we got some young, hungry, competitive pieces that are gonna fit. I'm looking forward to fitting together like a glove, hand in glove.
Yeah, for sure. You just described every facet of how this team fits perfectly around Giannis. And when I was talking with some of my friends this year, they were all talking about the best player in the league, and they were saying Shea, and I heard Shea a ton of times, and I heard Jokic a ton of times. For some reason, I was like, no, it's Giannis to me. Like, I still feel like Giannis is the best player in the league. Am I crazy to think that Giannis is the best player in the league right now?
Not at all. I'm selfish. I'm a buck, so I'm gonna say that for sure. But those other guys mentioned, man, I think they're phenomenal. Hell, Nikola Jokic might be the reason I'm a buck now, not still the Lakers head coach. And we all know what Shea can do, and with the work Luka is putting in. But when you talk about longevity and being great, Giannis is won a couple of MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year, perennial All in first team All NBA player. So, and he's in getting into, in his prime now, like where these are going to be some really good years for him. So we got to make sure he stays healthy and make sure he maximizes that potential. But no, you're not crazy for thinking he's the best player in the league, not just in the league, but in the world. But some people would say Jokic for sure, and
Right.
he's earned that right. But Giannis will definitely, at the very least, be involved in that conversation.
I mean, he's still as dominant as ever for sure. He's averaging like 30 and a half, 12 boards, 6.5 assists. It's ridiculous. And offensively and defensively, he's so good. And I know you're not the GM, it's not your job. But obviously, there's been tons of noise and rumors about Giannis and his future with the Bucks. Have you had any like conversations with him? What's your gut feeling? Because personally, I feel like he's the type of guy that's just gonna stick around, be a Buck for life. He seems like the type of guy that just wants a home and sticks to his home. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. He's very committed. One of the most low key superstars I've ever been around. His family means the world to him. He's planted some very deep roots here in the community of Milwaukee. The people here they really love him, but at the same time they give him his space, and I know he appreciates and respects that. I'd like to see him, I think, and more players beyond him. Whether it's a big market, small market, if you're able to stay with one team, sometimes the financial dynamics now with the new collective bargaining agreement may not, allow that. But to keep it simple, I think just one guy staying in one market and one team their entire career. You look at the Kobe's, you look at the Dirks, these guys, look at the Reggie Millers even, and these guys have, to really win, lose, or draw, they've appreciated the communities they were a part of and they were fully committed to them. And I would love to see that for Giannis. And at the end of the day, like you have a city, you're gonna leave a city just to go get a locker somewhere else. Like when you have the city, the full city behind you, and you understand the lay of the land and how much the organization, first class organization, will do head over heels to be show you that how much they're committed to you, have done that, they're doing that, and will continue to do that. So it's a lot to consider to uproot and try to go somewhere else, and knowing the way the CBA is set up now, the team you're going to not will not be the same team that you were attracted to in the first place. They're going to get gutted out. So I think you stay here. If I'm honest, you stay here and you look and you develop, which he has, the partnership with the front office ownership and whatnot, coaching staff, and try to see ways we can be better and achieve that goal once again.
I'm a Raptors fan, so back when there was those rumors a couple years ago about Giannis might come to the Raptors, Giannis might come to the Raptors, those were the craziest days. Everyone was going nuts, but obviously he stayed in Milwaukee. That was crazy.
You guys are a prime example. Kawhi comes in, wins the championship, and boom, he's gone. And
Yep,
and it's, the way that team really could have been
something
great
special.
for years to come. But the business of basketball, man, sometimes it's beyond your control. But in this case, he's brought the city the first championship it's had in 50 years, and he's got his mural on different buildings, and it's amazing to see. I was here. This is my second run as a coach here, also player, obviously, but just to see where he was and when we got here in 2018, to see where he is now and the way he's matured. He'll make a sound decision. I think that'll be the right decision. I think that decision will be Milwaukee at the end of the day.
Yeah, he brought the first championship in 50 years, and this year could be another one for sure. The East looks like it's all yours. The Knicks, they just fired their coach and Thibodeau, and they also the Pacers lost all NBA point guard and Tyrese Halliburton. You guys took Miles Turner. The Celtics lost all NBA Tatum to injury. It looks like this is your conference. Am I wrong? Like this has to be your conference.
Yeah, you definitely got to have that type of confidence. But at the end of the day, Jake, what's going to get you there is how much work you put in every day.
Right.
I always say the daily process leads to progress, and you can't skip steps. And you got to be all in. The most together team wins. with players, coaches, the vertical alignment from coaches, head coach, GM, ownership, all of that matters. Everybody, even the guy that's sweeping up the gym after we've left practice and we're long gone, and everyone that, washes the clothes and makes the food, we all have to be together on the same page. So we daily make that daily commitment to doing things with the purpose and doing things with the right mindset, with the mindset of we and not I, us and not me. I think we'll be good.
You know what you just said reminded me a lot of what you said when you were hired as the Lakers head coach. When you were asked about the pressure of LA, you said, and I quote, I've been through so much in my life. When people say pressure, come on. Pressure is like the boogeyman. It's only real in your mind. The boogeyman doesn't exist to me. And then you said that there are three words that made you who you are. And that is competitiveness, togetherness, and accountability. That's exactly what we were just saying, togetherness, And this is a very like hard line, And I need to ask you straight out, like, is the NBA too soft right now? The load management, all this stuff. Tell me for real. I know I get where it's coming from. They got to keep everyone healthy and everything, but everyone's just got to be together. Everyone's just got to fight the same amount. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I think there's a lot of different elements that's involved. I think one, your mind determines, your spirit and how your body responds. The things you need to be focused on will determine whether you succeed or fail. And by that, I mean, if you're distracted by, some players play for a ton of different reasons. Some play for just because they have that sincere passion for the game. Some play because they have a sincere passion to change the financial trajectory of their family, themselves and their families. And some people, believe it or not, just play because, they like the fame. They like the visibility and everything that comes with that. But if you're focused on trying to make history, a lot of people, a ton of people have made money. Very few have gotten to make history. And if you can get with a collection of people and put your focus on making history, not on social media, not on, the spoils of the game, so to speak, the women, everything that comes with it, everything that's around it, the lights and all of that. You really hunker down and you sacrifice for your teammates, for the organization. Um, you'll be surprised how high you can go and how far you can go and what you can achieve, because at the end of the day, you need full buy-in. If you have 85%, 90%, doesn't get you a championship. 100% buy-in from everyone. And whether you're a star player or you're a star in your role, you have to have that in order to be able to achieve a championship at this level.
Yeah, the championship is for sure. It's the hardest thing to get. It's
Yeah.
everybody, like you were saying, everybody on the same page, everyone putting in the same amount of work. It's
And
really
there's going to be times where you hurt. We all go through days, and that's when the togetherness comes in.
right.
You have to lean on others' understanding, like and have faith in knowing that people are not going to subject you to any negative thing, be it mentally, spiritually, or physically. And that's what a unit is. That's what a championship unit is. And as coaches, I think Doc, he has the best feel for that. There's times where you're going to have to push through, and we won't go long, but we're going to go hard in the short time that we have on the floor. And there's certain times we understand that we've been through a tough stretch in terms of the amount of activity in games. And it's going to be a mental day where we just dive into film, which watch film all the time already, but certain days you lean more heavily. The film is basically the practice when you're in January, or you've had 4 games in 6 days, or whatever the case may be. So it's just all about being together and the communication factor, being able to communicate effectively and honestly.
Leadership seems like it's very important there too, no?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When your star player is bought in, and obviously Giannis has got a bunch of years on his belt now, but when your star, your best player on your team is present, mentally and is focused on the group and not just themselves, that makes the biggest difference as well. Because then all those guys that supporting that player or at a level below or whatever. But all take all diverse levels make up a team. But when they see your star player allowing himself to be coached, allowing himself to trust the plan, the mission for the program, then it's easy for everybody else to fall in line.
Right, for sure. Yeah. Anyway, so moving on, I want to ask you about the dunk contest. And every year, the highlight of the All-Star weekend is the dunk contest. Everyone loves it. And recently, in the past couple of years, it's become less exciting for everybody. And I'm not saying it's not fun. People still love it, but I have an idea that could revamp the hype to the NBA dunk contest. You ready for this, coach?
Please do share.
There should be an NBA dunk contest for coaches.
Oh no.
How fun would that be? I got my money on you, first
Hell
of
no.
all. That would be amazing.
Oh
Get
no.
some
I
coaches
would tell you, I
together.
would tell you why that would work. Coaches, more than anyone, value that time that they get to go somewhere else and just
Right.
let the smoke blow out of their ears and let it clear their brains and all of that stuff and just kind of reset and get on the charger, if you will. No, they're not going for it. Maybe some of the younger coaches, like some of the, now within the staff, you have a player development sect of the staff. Maybe those guys, but the main coaches, no, that'll never happen. Good
Yeah.
try though.
It would be very entertaining for fans. Everyone would love
Yes, it would. Man, they have to lower the basket for some people too.
it. That's true. By the way, I would have my money on you. You won the
Oh man,
NCAA
my
ring.
Dunker days over. I had a torn Achilles for still playing pickup when I was a coach, so. That's that's man, those days are long gone, Jake.
Yeah, for sure. That would be hilarious though. Okay, so I want to ask you now for a second about Anthony Davis, since you had a chance
Yeah.
to coach him. You know him really well as a person, as a player. And when that Luka trade went down, everyone was shocked. Mavs fans were not happy. They were furious. But I don't think people focus enough on what the Mavs got in return. Because AD, when he's healthy, he's so dominant on both ends of the floor. And defense does win championships. What are your thoughts of this like shocking trade? What do you think? Do you think Mavs fans are overreacting a little bit?
Well, I'm their business is their business. And respectfully, it's tough to speak on other teams, but I will speak on the player that I coached. He was phenomenal for me in the 2 years I coached him. 2 great years, 2 great seasons. There were stretches where he was hands down playing at a level that he's the best player in the league, bar none. But he tried to execute whatever we threw at him. He had a good vibe for the most part. I enjoyed coaching him. He and I had some great one-on-ones. Whether it was watching film together, watching film as a group, him giving me feedback. It was good. It was good. There's things I could have did better, some things he could have did better, and ultimately we didn't achieve our goal of winning the championship there. But we were able to get back into a competitive state at a high level from where they had been before I arrived. So kudos to AD. I'm looking forward to watching him from afar. I'm hoping all is well with him and his family. I'm hoping he's healthy so they can get the full impact of Anthony Davis. He's a phenomenal, multi-skilled, multifaceted player that he makes that really control the game on both ends of the floor. So I'm hoping he comes into this season healthy and is able to maintain that health.
Same here. I totally agree with you. Coach, thank you so much for taking your time to join me today on Jake's Takes. I know I enjoyed our time together. Did you enjoy our time together?
Yes, indeed, man. I hope we get a chance to do it again, Jake.
That would be amazing. I would love that for sure.